All right, let's dive right in. Today we're talking about something big, a completely new way to think about M&A called Synergy AI. It's being positioned as the operating system for the entire industry. So what's the problem it's built to solve?
This quote right here just nails it. Think about it. There is a staggering amount of capital, record highs of dry powder, just sitting on the sidelines. So money isn't the problem. The real bottleneck, the thing that slows everything down, is getting the right information to the right people at the right time. It's about making information flow.
And that brings us to this paradox that I'm sure you've all felt. You're drowning in data. It's coming at you from every direction. Data rooms, market reports, news feeds. It's like trying to drink from a fire hose. But for all that data, you're absolutely starving for real, actionable insight.
Let's break down what this actually costs you. We can call it a friction tax. Your team is relying on static databases, right? Well, that means you're already behind, showing up to deals that are already being shopped around, which just drives up the price. Then there's the manual due diligence, that brutal, soul-crushing grind that leads to analyst burnout and, let's be honest, costly mistakes. And finally, you're juggling a dozen different siloed tools, your CRM, your VDR, your spreadsheets, and every gap between those tools is a place where value leaks out and opportunities get missed. Sound familiar?
So, how do we get out of this mess? Well, it requires a fundamental paradigm shift. We have to move away from this clunky, disconnected toolbox and toward a single, unified operating system.
And this is the key idea right here. This isn't just some buzzword. For the last 20 years, we've been in the information age, which was all about just getting access to data, but now we're entering the agentic age. This is powered by what we call agentic AI, and it's a total game changer. We're going from tools that help you find information to intelligent agents that can actually use that information to think, to analyze, and to execute complex tasks for you.
So what is an M&A operating system really? It's not just another piece of software. It's a single, unified platform that treats AI as a distinct class of labor. Think of it as a new, tireless member of your team that automates the grunt work and surfaces insights you'd otherwise miss, all the way from sourcing to closing.
And this really lays out the difference. On the left, you've got the old way, a Frankenstein's monster of separate tools, all working with static data, all forcing you to be reactive. On the right, you have the OS. It's integrated, it's running on real-time intelligence, and most importantly, it's proactive. It anticipates what you need before you even ask.
Okay, so let's get into the good stuff. How does this actually work? We'll start with what's arguably the most important part of the whole process: sourcing. We're talking about finding those hidden gems, the proprietary off-market deals that create real alpha.
And it all starts with something that looks incredibly simple. You just type in a company name or drop in a pitch deck. But don't let that fool you. This isn't just a search bar. It's the front door to a ridiculously powerful analytical engine.
Because here's what's happening behind the scenes. First, forget about old-school SIC codes. This uses semantic, thesis-driven search, which means it actually understands the nuance of your investment thesis. Then it's constantly scanning over 10 million real-time signals, news articles, SEC filings, even job postings, to connect the dots. It can even pick up on subtle signs of things like founder fatigue or predict when a company might need a liquidity event, getting you in the door long before a competitive auction ever starts.
So, you've found that perfect off-market target. Awesome. Now the race really begins. And this is where the OS completely changes the game when it comes to execution, giving you insane speed and precision.
I mean, just look at this number. We're talking about a jaw-dropping potential 80% reduction in due diligence time. And let's be clear, that's not just some small efficiency gain. That is a fundamental transformation of your team's capacity. Think about what that means. It's the difference between your junior team burning out in a data room and them actually having time to think strategically about the deal itself.
So how on earth is that possible? Well, you basically just feed the beast. You ingest all the raw data, the financials, the diligence documents, everything. Then the AI gets to work. Specialized agents build the models, they red flag risks, and they do it automatically. And then, this is the magic part, it generates a comprehensive 100-plus slide CIM in minutes, not weeks. Your team is now free to do what humans do best: build relationships, strategize, and close.
But here's the real kicker. The deal-by-deal efficiency is incredible, but it's not even the most important part. The ultimate value is about building a permanent, compounding advantage for your firm.
Think of this as your firm's mission control. It's a single source of truth where every single action, every decision, every piece of data from every deal is captured and organized. And what this command center creates is what we call a data moat. Every deal you look at, every decision you make, it all gets recorded, creating a powerful institutional memory. The AI models learn from your team's feedback, getting smarter and more attuned to your specific thesis with every single use. So let's say it flags a target that looks a lot like a deal you passed on 2 years ago, a deal that a competitor then bought and got a 10x return on. The OS remembers that. It learns. That is a proprietary compounding advantage that your competitors simply can't copy.
So it really all comes down to this. In this new agentic age, winning isn't about who has the most data anymore. It's about who owns the most intelligent system for making sense of it. The future truly belongs to those who own their intelligence layer.
And that leaves us with one final, crucial question you need to ask yourself. Is your firm's process built for the M&A world of the last decade or for the next one? Are you still just collecting data, or are you actually creating intelligence?